headshot.
What is up guys, Afrodan here with a nice little Minecraft tutorial on how to build the chicken farm that I made in my Let's Play. Here we are in my super flat experimentation world. As you look up, as you can see, a whole bunch of different things. There's the chicken farm there, but what I'm going to show you is down here. So I'll be doing this in parts so that you can follow on as well as possible. I already did one, and the tutorial took about the same time as it took me to build it in my actual game, which is fucking shockingly bad. So here we go. First of all, what you want to do is build a 6x6 square, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and build that all the way around. Fill in the bottom. If you build this underground, all you have to do is hollow out this area, but you know. So this is your base. Now you want to build this 7 or 8 up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So build that 8 from the including the bottom. So up we go and build that right up. And this is your hub. The building is basically split into 3 sections. Basically there's this main hub, but this is the main hub, which is the most substantial and perhaps the most difficult to build, but not the most complicated method, if you know what I mean. So this is the hub. There will be the chicken and egg filter system and the chicken and egg the chicken input system. So anyway, hub again. Finish this off. We would finish off doing that, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is jump over to this one. So what we've done is built it up. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 by 6 by 8. Now what you're going to go ahead and do is drop down into it and count 1, 2 up and start placing signs. This is kind of, yeah, just place signs here. So 1, 2, sign, and I'll just finish this off. Now from here, what you're going to do is pick what side you want your water to go on. So I picked this side. And pop the one water bucket is all you need for this little bit. Pop it in the corner and it flows all the way over to the opposite corner. So then what you're going to do is whatever side the water is lowest at and flowing towards, pop a hole in. You could either do it here or there. It doesn't make a difference. Just oh my god. Pick one side and do that so that you now have and this is your egg system. This is where the if I can fly actually back in this hole, this is where the eggs and chickens will flow through. The reason you make it too wide is because when chickens are in water, they jump like this, and even if I jump, it's kind of difficult for me to get through. So you need to make sure that it's too high, or else the chickens won't be able to actually fit through the hole. Now the next thing what you want to do is come up here and 1, 2 above the 2 above the signs. You want to put a hole in about there. So that's 1, 2 hole. And what this is going to be is where the water goes on top of this next part. So what we're going to do is place a little bit like that and another little bit like that. Okay, and the water will go in there. So you're basically building a little trough to hold the water, and a piston will be placed in here. I may extend this out in the next bit, so please bear with me. Alright guys, and so far what I've done now is on this side I'll undo what I just did. So from this one, which is where we left off, like this, what I've done is deleted 2 blocks here and put the piston in, which is like this. And this is basically the hub finished. There's no more addition, there's nothing else you have to, like, the hub is set, all you have to do is build things onto it. So the hub works now. So what happens is, chickens sit on this body of water here and generally flow into this corner, and when you press this lever, the water goes away and the chickens fall through into this area here where they get conveyed off. So that's the first part. So we'll activate that. Now the next thing what you want to do here is sort this hole out. This is the chicken input system. So how this works is, I will create a mock-up now. Alright guys, so this is the mock-up of the chicken transportation system to get them into the hub here. And basically what this is a water channel with a set of stairs and a sign, which causes some strange thing to happen if you watch. I actually flow up the stairs. So this is how you get chickens to actually go up, or animals, or any mob for that matter, apart from Enderman, as far as I'm aware, to actually flow uphill. So what we're going to be implementing quite a few of these. I used a lot of them in my LP video. So I'll show you how to make it first quickly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It doesn't really matter how long you make these. They can be as long as you like. I'm just making this 8 for demonstration purposes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the reason I counted from here and not there is because this wall here is going to have a sign on it, which just stops the water from flowing back the way, causing dead zones. So place water in, and place water in, and the water flows up the way. Now just to show you that you can do these in any sort of distance, so I'll do that, put like that, and I'll put my stairs in. Oh god, stairs in. So as long as I have two blocks of water, 1, 2, and then my stair contraption here, it will work like that. See, so if I'm not pressing anything, and yep, I flow up, and what I could do is place another set of stairs right there, 2 from the last block, place another set along here like this, and we'll build a little wall off in the end just for demonstration purposes. And there we go. That's how you make mobs go up. And now watch, I'm not pressing anything, and I flow all the way up. Now with chickens are little bastards because they act like big chicks anyway. I don't know, normal chickens do as well. Because they are so small, they'll actually get stuck in the little gap there between the steps. If I'm sure you know what stairs look like, but I'll just do this for demonstration purposes. See that the first bump like that right there? They actually get stuck in that gap sometimes. So it's best to do this en masse. If you're filling it up this way, it's best to actually fill the chicken mob spawner en masse, so that one chick pushes the next one up the hill, and that's how I did it. So how we implement that is, we're just going to do this. Again, any exit you have, make it too high so that the chickens don't get stuck. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. So this wants to be stairs, and then my little wall like this, and then my wall can come down like this way, however far you want it to do. So I could have it go down like that, and then I add in my water in a second when I stop derping. Boop. Bucket of water. Make sure it doesn't actually flow into it. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. And we'll just do this for the final demonstration purpose. Boop. And there we go. So that now chickens will now flow. It also seems simple, but I should mention it anyway. Make sure that your tunnel is too high. Again, make sure it's too high so that you can so that your chickens have room to move, because they will get stuck, and when they get stuck they tend to drown. So do be aware of that. So you see at every point there it goes like a little L shape there. That shows you that you've got the right height, so that the chickens will definitely flow through here. And you want to close it off and make sure it's too high so that they can't jump out. And you want to close it off just so that no like mobs accidentally spawn on top of it and fall in, like creeper or something like that. You don't want that. And I guess now it's on to the cooking system in step whatever number that is. Alright guys, so here we are on to the next stage, which is the actual cooking part. So there is one stage between this, between what we did last and this bit, but I will get to that when we come to it, because it's relatively simple and easy to do. So what we're doing here is we have made a cooking machine, a flash cooker, a set people on fire thing easily machine that doesn't actually use any resources like fire charges or anything, so you don't waste anything by using this. So what this is a button with redstone and a dispenser with a repeater pointing this way. So just to show you, the repeater is that way, so it's in that direction, not towards, not in this way. So what if you listen carefully, you hear it double ticks quite quickly, like tick tick, and that is the dispenser double ticking, which happens because this is here. If I delete that, you only hear one tick, but when I put it back in you hear two ticks. Now you can actually increase this by doing that and that, so it makes it take longer, but it really makes no difference. But you have to have at least one tick on it, because doing that doesn't work. So you need to make sure there is at least one tick on it so that you get the double tick thing. Now the reason it's set up like this is just to show you the most basic way of setting it up. This is set up to show you that this does not work. You hear that it only is one tick. Now if I explain to you why that is, the button powers this block, which is touching this one, which makes that go off. But because this is not being powered itself, it does not make this go off. It's being powered by the block next to it. Now this, the button powers the redstone, which powers the dispenser. This is a dispenser on this texture pack, by the way. And because the dispenser itself is receiving power directly from a source, which in this case is wire, it then powers the thing next to it, which is this repeater. So this one tick, this one 2 ticks. Now the most efficient way of doing it is this, where you actually have the button on the dispenser itself. Now this is an interesting little thing that I found out. I forget the name of the YouTuber that I was watching who showed me this, but it is really good and extremely helpful. Now if you listen, you get the double tick thing. So what I'll do now is show you how to make that. So first of all, what you want to do is place down 2 blocks of any type that are like solid blocks, so not glass, but any sort of building block, and put vines on them. Now you will need vines for this, so make sure you've got them. Now if you know about vines, you know that if you place them on a surface, as long as there's a vine above it, you can actually delete the block behind it, which is pretty cool. So what you do is you put your dispenser down behind the vines, and then you do some magic where you place a button onto the vines themselves, the vines disappear and the button goes straight onto the dispenser. Now that lets you do that, and then you just pop down your repeater down and then press the button so that it has one tick on it, and there you go. Now the reason this is important, which is something I actually forgot to mention beforehand, is when you add a lava bucket into the mix. So put a lava bucket in here. Now when I press, do you see what happened there? The lava actually soaks back into the machine itself, which is where this whole process comes from. Now what this is, that's just lava comes out, it sets chickens on fire, gets soaked back in, and the chickens burn to death. No XP, but it's the most efficient way. Now that's why you need the double tick. If we come over here and I delete this, just because it will be deleted anyway. So, oh, we need another lava bucket. We place the lava bucket in this one. Now this is the one that doesn't have the double tick on it. We press the button, the lava does not get soaked back in. You actually have to press the button again to have the lava return into the device. So I'll just do this to get rid of the lava out of the way here. 1 second. Excuse me, I'm still not over my cold. I do apologise. So if I put a... God damn it, gotta get another lava bucket out. Lava bucket. If I put my lava bucket in here, this one works. So now what we do is we put this thing all into the actual arrangement that we're going to use to have it work. Oops, wrong thing. There we go. So now what we've got is this little area here. So when I press the button, the lava comes out. So basically if I find the chicken spawn egg and I place a couple of chickens in here, I can show you exactly what happens. So I got a couple of chickens in here, my farm is working correctly, and I press the button, the chickens get set on fire and bust and die. Now the glass block is here so that you can do this and pick the drops up. I don't know why those first chickens just exploded, but I'm sure that's just something silly. So I'll show you quickly how to make this. It's not difficult. So what you're going to start off with is a little semicircle like that. We're going to build up to here. We're going to apply this little method again. Delete, in, pop that on, done, and then repeater behind it. Now this is just the little area to hold the chickens in. It doesn't make a difference what it looks like on yours, as long as it is one block so that the lava can kill them. And we'll just get another one of these out, place that in, and a glass block finally, and that's it done. Now I built this out of wood because that's why I built it out in the actual LP, and because the lava, just to show you that the lava doesn't actually set the wood on fire because it goes so fast. But do be careful, because if you mash the button, I'm pretty sure you can break the machine. Yes, see, I think you can break it anyway. Oh, I've inverted it so it soaks in and then spits it back out. Don't do that. Don't mash the button because you will break the machine. So that's how it works. And just to show you that this does work, if I get my lava bucket, place it in here, and then press the button. There you go. See, all functional. And remember, the most important part is that one tick there. Okay, now back to the big building. So we're back here at the third model. As you can see here, this is just a quick recap. So we've got the chicken input system, my holding system, and now what we're doing is the chicken filter system. I guess the holding system is the same as the filter system, apart from this new bit. Where's the wood gone? Where is it? Oh god. Alright, there we go. So what we're going to do here is I'll show you the filter system. So we'll come down a block and we'll build a little track out like this. I love these sorts of things, doing tutorials and stuff. I love teaching people stuff they didn't, like, well, hopefully that they didn't know, or stuff that they find interesting. It's so much fun. So what we've got here is just the same as the sort of input tunnel, just a little, a little 1x2 tunnel. Let's see if I can actually fit in here. Stupid goddamn Steve, you fatty. There we go. So I just placed a little water bucket here. And basically this design enables us to use both the the same tunnel here for the chickens and the eggs. Now, as I mentioned before, the chickens sit on top of here. Now, they lay eggs every 15 minutes or so, I think it is. So the chickens lay eggs, and because eggs don't float, they will sink to the bottom. Now that little button there, you can see there, floats around this way and down the track and on and on and on and on, but I picked it up. So that's fine. But we don't want the eggs and the chickens going into the same place, because we don't want that to happen. We want them separate so that it's all nice and neat. So what you do is, over here where the water is, so if I break this block, water will come out. Not so good. But what we do is we find a little sign here. Now if you learn anything from this, it should be this part here, which is a way to separate items from mobs in a water canal. Now because items always sink, what we do is, because that hole is there, chickens always float, so they will be bouncing and they won't actually fall down that hole. But drops, because they always sink, will fall down the hole. So if I throw, oh god, press the wrong button, that's not so good. If I throw this little button out and get stuck so that I can't demonstrate it, god damn it. If I throw that little button out, because it does sink, it should fall down that little hole. There it goes, and it sits right here. But chickens will flow straight over the top. You'll just need to take my word for that, because in fact, you know what, I will demonstrate it. So the chicken sits on top of here, it lays plenty of eggs, we press the button and the water goes away and the chicken falls down, and the chicken floats over the top of this hole here. You just see it going, and it will come out here. So there you go. That's how you filter out the drops from the actual animals. And now what you would have is a little canal going this way. Say like coming out here, and then we build like that. Do 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 do, something like that. And now the items fall in a will end up in a separate place to where the chickens go, which is good because we don't want them in both in the furnace. So what we do now is it's time to build the final part, and that is the cooking system. So what we do now, from here we'll just use this bit. We just build a straight block down. Now this will be our back block here, and it needs to be at least two down from the first from the hole that they come from, because if they are if the ground is here, then the chickens will jump back into the hole constantly, and if they're on fire and jump back in, the water will actually put them out, which is not what you want. So you need to make sure it's at least two down so they can't do that. And see, if you notice here, what I've just built is the little U shape that we built in the last one, and we want to do two like that. Put your vines on, break the bottom block, put the dispenser in, and then pop your button on the vines, repeater in like that, and then we'll just build the walls up like this, and I will finish off the all this part. This just makes the chickens fall down into this area every time. We'll put another slab in like that, and we need finally a little block of glass. So that's us completely finished. Actually, it helps if you put the lava bucket in for your demonstration. Excuse me. So now we are completely finished and the chicken thing works. So what you would do to demonstrate the entire process, once you've got this set up, this would be, as it is in mine, tunneled back down into the house. And if we can find eggs quickly, eggs, 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 eggs. Okay, so, oops, I shouldn't have done that. So what you do is you be sitting, throwing your eggs into here, and is it actually, there we go, wee baby chick. Oops. Now what the baby chick does is flows up into, well, it might actually get stuck. Hopefully it doesn't for this demonstration. Now you see it is sitting there, but the other chick should knock it forward unless it never went in, which it didn't. It will actually drown there, so there we go, 3 chicks. So they push each other up, and they now flow in to the holding cell, which you have redstoned up however you like. I suggest tunneling it back to your house. So basically the baby chickens will sit in there until they are adults and produce enough eggs to fill up a double chest. And once you have a double chest filled up, that's usually enough to then throw eggs into the here and have them all make it back up here, or enough to fill the chest up again. And then what you do is all your chickens then grow up and become big chickens. You can also put a roof over this, something I never mentioned, because you shouldn't need to go back into this ever again since it's done. I'm only doing it this way just to demonstrate. So now, to demonstrate the machine here, a button will work just the right amount of time for all the chickens to fall in. So you press the button, boop. Now what happens there is the piston will activate just long enough for the water to disappear, which is long enough for the chickens to fall down. Now the chickens will flap about and they will all eventually go down this little hole. You see, if that was only one, they wouldn't make it in. So they're all flowing nicely down into their demise. Any eggs they would have laid will have gone down this track, but they didn't have enough time to lay any eggs. And finally, press button, chickens burn to death, and out pops all this lovely chicken. Now you see, if I chuck that out of the way, boop, there we go, 17 freshly cooked delicious chicken, which I can't eat because I'm in creative mode. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope this actually helped you out and didn't just confuse you. Yep, so thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all later.